Okay, let's see here if we can. Okay, so this is Rollcage 1. We're at the hard level at the moment. I haven't been able to get Rollcage 1 working on the Windows version, so which is not portable either, which might actually be. I found a way that it might be made portable. But anyway, this is my setting, and in regards of it wasn't that good looking, but I've tuned the graphics somewhat, and it seems to this seems to be the best setting. Oh, by the way, this is the square boxes are my view the to the PC version. The enter up here, plus and minus, which apparently you don't have a plus and minus in the, so you need to change that to something else in regards to the settings. You have escape over here, I guess. So I have a little difference in where you have like a where it just keeps it down. I don't have it. I tried something else over here where I need to push it down. Although it's far from perfect for sure, but just testing out things. Okay, let's see, start, and I guess this enter button would be pretty much this one, I guess. Anyway, let's try to take, if we can get this away, that would be nice as well. The menu, it has a little issues in the menu, but not in the game. The menu tends to boost the resolution for some sense. These are the two things that does most of the things. Texture filtering, billionaire. You want to set it to billionaire apparently. No edge blending apparently, and XBR, no edge blending, and it gets to a lot more beauty. I tested all the settings, and these were the settings that would be nice, and then times 3 you could maybe. I'm not sure how ugly it will become if we set it 1 down, but on this mobile at least I can do 3 times without much of an issue. Also, in regards to the system, there are some slowdowns sometimes, so you can. Why is it that? There's some place where you can boost the CPU somewhere. There we go. So what I've done is just to set it to 150. It doesn't change the speed of the game, but it does seem to help on some of the places. I might be wrong, but it seems like it helps on places where it tends to have struggle in regards to things. So I just boosted it to 150. I had it to 125 and still felt there was a little, and I boosted it to 150, and it seemed to help. I was like, look at the 123. It doesn't have all the square things and all that. It doesn't. It looks a lot better than it did after tuning it a little. Although now, of course, we are running in a lower resolution. I think now than you could actually run a little further up, but still looks pretty good. Or did I? I can't remember. Let's see here. Resolution graphics. Okay. Well, let's try to put it to 2, just for the fun of it. It still looks pretty good. It looks a little worse, but yeah, it doesn't look too bad. A little more dirty, I guess, but it's, yeah. I think 3 times is a perfect. Is wonderful. Of course, we're recording here and all that, but yeah, it looks pretty good. Of course, it's nothing compared to the PC version. The PC version just absolutely the best. But I'm not sure in regards to these buttons and this and that and all that, which really is the best and all that. But it is what it is. Oh my. It's a little hard to when you need to push the speed up button and all that. It's a little hard with the weapon, sadly, which is kind of the problem. And also in regards to targeting as well, is still a problem. You have the targeting button right here. It's connected to this thing. I'm not sure if you can actually There's these four weird buttons that I think you might be able to program in the PS1 version. Although it would just be easier just to get the the PC version working instead of the PlayStation version. It's weird that the or the Rollcage 2 version works, but not Rollcage 1. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Um, there we go. Uh, oh, we are far from winning this for sure. We are far behind. Um, so we're probably not going to. You do have a lot less control over things on the mobile for sure. As far from as much control of things you know than you would have on a. Let's redo this and see if we can make a better effort. I'm not going to win it with if I'm not going to win the first one. That's for sure. The first map is pretty much the easiest of the three maps. So and on the mobile, it just doesn't get easy. So anyway, let's try to boost the graphics from this to, although I'm recording in 720p, so I'm not sure how much it actually will do in regards of, but let's just push the graphics to 4 times, maybe even 5 times, just to see what happens. It looks very, very good on my end, for sure. That really did make a huge change, for sure. I seem to be running pretty good, but in the menus, um, it will, have further issues for sure. So it's just weird, these menus. Why it would have? Oh, come on! Like, you see how you need to stop the speeding. Or I would need another button for speeding so I could push. It's a little complicated for sure. Um, it actually looks pretty good. You can really actually did make a good amount of difference with the resolution. Now, of course, I did go from twice two to 16,000 times 1200. Although, as far as I recall, it only does around 1,000 or something like that on one end. Let's see if we can hit this. Nope, couldn't. Okay, apparently not. Oh well. Come on. But yeah, so we still have some problems in regards to the control. Clearly, it is easier to do it on the PC, for sure. You have all the keys. You don't have those problems in regards of trying to hit the right places, and so you have the full focus on. Look at that. You didn't even get this boost because it wasn't quick enough, and yeah. Anyway. So yeah, you do have a lot less. We have some issues in regards of. Okay, well, anyway, yeah, it's not bad. It's just you do feel like you have less control for sure. Um, so of course that is a handicap. It's not to say that you couldn't win these at some point, but as you can see, I'm losing. Okay, let's try to no wait. Well, let's wait for to see what it does in the menu. Oh, my brain. Yeah, so getting very low on the menu. Not sure why it would have so many issues in the menu, but it does. It boosts the. Well, it actually doesn't look like it's boosts the resolution that much, but it usually do boost the resolution. Okay. But yeah, as you can see, it's not goody goody. Oh yeah, there we go, 2,600. So it only boosted one, I guess. I'm not sure, but anyway, 1,600. Okay, well anyway, let's graphics, and let's put this to 3 because that's also the thing we're recording at anyway. And that at least keeps it very nice and smooth and all that, and it still looks pretty good, you know. So yeah, it's not too bad, you know. But you do seem to also have more control of the buttons in regards to the PC version, where I have Rollcage 2. This is too dark. It's a little hard to see for me. Sadly, you need to hack the planet to give the Android to actually be able to make it lighter. And I haven't been able to do that. My brain is pretty much mush, you know, on a lot of levels. So it is what it is. And last day I just, wanted to take some steps forward and took 1,000 steps backward, you know. So I nearly lost all my MP3s and book readings of the Bible and all that. You know, I put them over in the root folder, so that wasn't good. While trying to do something and tune the audio files and all that, I ended up putting them in the root, nearly all of them, before I actually noticed that it was doing it. You know. So all the folders pretty much was empty, you know, and like, oh my, this is a messy, messy, messy thing, you know. So I did had a recovery thing from somewhere, I can't remember. I'm not sure when I did it, but most of the files were there, and I had the Bibles that I had done most with. So I used a good amount of hours to sort out. Well, I used the whole day, I guess, to actually do to get on. And of course, it wasn't totally perfect, but it was better than, yeah, it's like 5 steps forward, 1,000 steps backward, you know. Typical. So, yeah, anyway. But the graphics are actually pretty nice when you sort these things out. I'll just show it again. If you fix the texture to billionaire no edge and sprite texture to XBR no edge blending, you really get a nice result. I don't know, not that really gave you a good amount of good further. It does a huge difference for sure in regards to the graphics. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can probably do other things and all that, but that really of course the CPU 250 as well, and I don't know in regards to the buttons and all that, but this is the way that I've pretty much tried to do it in the PlayStation version, you know. So we're pretty much going to lose this, so let's just quit it. I still have some issues in the menu for sure. You know, as you can see up here, it shows it's red, but of course that's just in the menu, so it's not too bad, you know, as long as it's not in game. But yeah, I don't know why, but it tends to boost the resolution, you know. So it doesn't stay at the same resolution, which is kind of. But yeah, you know, maybe they made it lower resolutions when you played because they needed to do that on the PlayStation version. I don't know. And then boost it up when they were in the menu, but like, yeah, okay. Oh well, anyway, whatever the case. Okay, let's get that boosted up. Let's shoot this one. It's like, when you have a mobile, you pretty much only have like 2 fingers, you know. So I really feel like I don't have the same control over it for sure, as when you are on a computer, you know. And like if you need to shoot, I need to drop those, and then of course it stops in regards to the. It's possible, but it's not totally perfect, you know. But it is what it is, you know. See here. Nope. Okay. Oh, why did it do that? Well, the PC version have a problem in regards to the steering. Sometimes the steering gets stuck, you know. I'm not sure why. It must be that program, that steering program, that has a problem in regards of sometimes getting stuck. You don't have those issues on the PlayStation. You know, oh my, you gotta be kidding me. Come on, shoot it. Did we get him? I'm not sure, but whatever the case, we now on number one, we have a cruise missile, I guess. I'm not sure if it's called cruise missile, but I don't know where I got the word cruise missile from, but it seems to be. Okay, well, I really missed the back mirror. Let's see if we can go. Come on, come on, come on. Let's move. Come on. There we go. I missed the back mirror for sure. And yeah, by the way, there's a Discord channel in regards of Rollcage that you can go to. Although I was banned for disagreeing with something, I'm not agree. I'm not going to agree with bullshit just because a person is an administrator and all that. So, and one of the things that I'm sick and you know that I was kind of, I think that sucked in regards to Rollcage is the on the PC version is the registration database to use the registration database instead of keeping it portable and they're beginning like, oh, you can't complain if you're not a programmer and blah blah. Oh, are you kidding me? Don't say what I can and cannot do. Just because I'm not a programmer doesn't mean I can't point out what is rubbish. And of course, why would they do that in the past? It was because programs, they don't want to have things being portable because then you can just copy paste the things and all that and make a copy to someone else and this and that, which is a bad excuse, of course, because every time they try to make it hard for privacy, they don't really, the only people they really punish are those who are buying the application, because you will have some kind of hacker or someone who can hack the program and fix all this nonsense out. So what do they really do in regards of it? Nothing. They only make it more issues for those who actually pay for the application. you know so it's kind of you know it's kind of rubbish. um but yeah, that's the way. you know So in regards to the registration database, in regards to the save games and all that, I think that was absolutely rubbish on the PC version. The PlayStation version, I think you can just get a key, pretty much, and then you have the key, and then you can activate it for on another PlayStation or whatever. If you lose your save thing and all that, you can just you can pretty much just. Oh, that's not going to get me. Oh, okay, let's try that. There we go. Let's see. Ah, that's interesting. Anyway, but on the PlayStation, apparently you seem to get some codes for the progress, and I guess you can just store the last code, and then you can restore where you are. I think. Now I'm not sure how many levels there is in regards to the PlayStation version here, but apparently you cannot make more laps than what is there, so you can do that in the PC version, um, but you can't do that on the PlayStation version. So okay, we're still in the lead. We have one lap left, or we have 5 points in front, so we could still lose it for sure. But we're in the front, so that's pretty good. But anyway, so you get these passwords after you complete something, and as far as I know, you can just restore the things open up by using a code. So That's not too bad. I'll have some save game as well on a. But on Windows, they had to do the registration database, which sucks, It should be portable. But yeah, there's a kind of an application where I think I can actually make it portable, but it will, take me some time to. Apparently, it's you need to do some things here and there, and I haven't looked further into it if I can get it working, but it could be, it could be nice, although it's not so biblical. Um, Usually, you would listen to some biblical stuff in the background while playing it, or Book of Daniel, Book of Revelation, while you are, that's like incredible. Well, that's going to be, okay, we're not, it's not going so good at the moment, apparently. Let's see if I can find yeah, it's kind of problem that you need to disengage for the speed when you do this, when I have it like this. But there's the other way where you just have it, full speed ahead all the time. That gives you, gives you less control of, and you end up, crashing, and it flies around, and it just keeps on flying around and all that. Apparently I'm not hitting things so good, apparently. Not sure why. Okay, number 2, that's fine. If we can just... I would have liked to shoot that in the back instead of in the front, but, again, it's the keys and all that. But anyway, we kept it to the second, so that's fine. We should win that. Where's the... Okay, let's see what happens. I think we won that pretty much. Number 2, and we got this guy, but yeah, okay. I think we should have won that. Yep. There we go. So that's fine. Let's see what we have. So we get a code, and that code can then be used to go to that specific point in the game. So, and it seemed to work last time I tried it out. Seemed to work. See here, K P L I H M B A. Apparently this pencil has issues. Is it already dried out? Are you kidding me? There we go. No. Well, this pencil clearly has some issues in regards to things. I guess these pencils can also dry out if you don't use them. It's kind of another problem, I guess, with pencils, even if they really need to be packed. Oh, well, anyway. KPLIHMBA. Okay. There we go. Just writing it down. Whatever. Anyway, let's see what we have. Yep, there we go. So we have the last one. And as you can see, there's no laps in regard. We can only have 4 laps. It's like, in the PC version, which actually, as far as I can remember, I couldn't remember that actually that option was there. But it is absolutely there in the PC version. Both versions, I tried a Rollcage one on the PC, did have it. Although I can't remember it was there in regards of... as far as I recall, it was some of the things that I was like, why don't you have more lab? More lab. I can't even speak. It's just terrible. I don't know. On so many levels, it's going bad for me. In any case, so this is the last hard thing, and you have this police car in front of me. Apparently, Yuri is apparently a police. I don't know why they should have fixed it with a J, But anyway, Yuri is a police guy, apparently. Didn't know that. Oh, we still have some graphical issues in regards to flickering. I thought that actually had been stopped with some of the. I guess we still have some flickering in regards to the graphics. Sadly enough. Oh my. Yes, that's terrible. Oh come on. You cannot use the rescue. Although I wouldn't have used it that many times anyway. But apparently on hard, you cannot use it, so it's kind of pointless to have it in regards to the rescue button. Which is sometimes, not that many times, but sometimes it's nice to have the rescue button. But apparently it's not there on hard anyway, so yeah. Of course, winning this is going to be good amount of hardship. You gotta be kidding me. So if you don't win the first one, it's going to be nearly impossible for the rest of them. Now, in the PC version, I would probably just have played it through and all that in regards of, but on the mobile, it's just a lot harder. So anyway, whatever. As you can see, it's already going really, really bad, and we're not going to win this. I don't think so. It's on so bad a level here, so it's oh my. So this is not going to go anywhere. Final lab, and you can also see on the final lab, it's the graphical things are actually pretty nice compared to what it was. It really does a huge difference on the graphical levels to set the settings to what I set it to. Of course, if you want to see it how it was, we can just do that. Wow, we can just maybe get it like number. We got number 3. It's still terrible. Now let's try to go up here. Oh, give me a break. It's disgusting. I'm so sick and tired of my upstairs neighbor. I hate. Why in the world did I say yes to this stinking place? I need to get away from this place. That's for sure. I'm going to drown myself if I continue to stay at this place. Okay, let's see here. I don't know what to do, but at least not to stay here. That's for sure. Okay, nearest neighbor, Mike. Okay, and you can always, you know, becomes a lot more, you know, becomes a lot more, graphical, um, squareness, whatever. The road textures, the graphical things becomes a lot. You just see the road textures are not that beautiful. You can see the pixelation, pretty much. So a lot of the things becomes a lot more pixelated. Also the icons, when you see the weapon icons, which we'll get at some point. I guess you could say it has its charm in regards of not looking so good. Yeah, it's a good amount of difference when you change. There we go. There's still some graphical issues in the. Well, you can kind of see it in the like these graphical glimmers or whatever you want to call them. I guess it's just from the PlayStation version or something like that. But now we go. Oh my, that was a perfect lap apparently. Well, so yeah, so it looks less. Oh, oh come on. It looks less beautiful. final lap. Yeah. How did we get to second, I don't recall. Give me a break. It's a lot harder to. I I would have liked to. Yeah, this is. We're going to maybe get second, but it's not going to be anything worth anything, because we want a 10, for sure. Um, but yeah, it didn't. It looked less good for sure. Let's see here. Continue. Quit. Okay, check this one. Oh yeah, I guess you didn't see the. Let's see if we can get some weapons and then. There we go. Of course, we have the police car there, Yuri. Of course, he's the biggest problem in regards of. Yeah, there he goes again. That was Yuri. And he's the biggest issue in regards of. So. Maybe the game will become a little bit easier when you actually have Yuri, on the mobile, but of course, first need to get through the hard mode here. And again, on mobile, it's not that easy. I'm sure it's possible, but not that easy. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh my, hit something. Okay, this is horrible to say the least, It's just not going good. Oh well, we did get the last one, so that's good, that's fine. Okay, let's see. Look at the icons at the moment. How graphical. I mean, you see the graphical thing, and the texture on the road is not that nice either. Let's see if we can. Not going to win it anyway. You can kind of see the texture is not that beautiful. And if we go like this and graphical, I'll put this on to billionaire. Put this to boom. That's much better. It's much more smooth. The texture is much smooth. You can also see the icons now are much smoother. Also the rounding of the final lap, or if you back down, it becomes much smoother. So it's gives a huge difference. In regards to the speed of the game, I haven't really tested it. If there's a huge difference, I would need to go. Didn't even get the. Let's try again. Yeah, need to be fast. Um, Not sure if there's a big difference be going from the. We could test that. I just need to move it up in resolution, then we can really see if there's a difference. So let's see here. Quit. Oh, that's incredible. Go. Like learn to walk. Apparently, no one learns to walk. Instead of banging around like an elephant. Maybe more or rhinos or however it's called. Oh my. Anyway. tramping around the marathon, you know. Okay, so oh, you gotta be kidding me. Bum, 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 bum. But yeah, sure thing. You know, it's interesting to be able to play a game like Rollcage on your mobile for sure. You know, um, that's an interesting thing. And I guess it wasn't made for that. You know, and I guess that. But I do wonder how they, you know, the last Rollcage 3, how they did that in regards of control on the Switch. You know, would be interesting to see how they actually made that work. Come on, just give me a break. You know, just a little minor thing in regards to things can ruin everything. You know, it's like just a little focus off things and all that, and you're wasted pretty much. So yeah, that shouldn't have been wasted. That one that shouldn't have happened. Uh, just hitting. No, there we go again with another. You have the sun symbol on those packages. Guess you have a little paganism, it's Satanism in the game as well. Although it could be worse, I guess. It's not that prevalent. It's there for sure, but it's not totally prevalent. Of course, it's not a Christian game. There's not much Christianity in it, that's for sure. Well, there's, I guess, one of the persons that has a cross, but a lot of Satanists runs around with a cross, you know, so that's not really. Um, so that's not really a thing, you know. But you can see the circle with a thing in the middle. That's just, you know, an alchemy. That's a sun symbol. In regards to the sun. Anyway, okay, we're not going to win this, so let's just test the graphics here. So we have this, and I guess we can see them coming here and there. Okay, we need to go up in resolution graphics. Let's try to take 7. That's still, it's still 100. Okay, let's try to boost it a little further up. 9. Okay, still apparently. Okay. Well, you can feel the lag, but it's interesting how it. Okay, as long as it's still, apparently it's still doing pretty good. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Let's try to boost it even further up then. Let's try 11. Okay, that had an impact. Okay, let's see. 79, 71, 73. Okay, great. 72. Let's try to go a little further down then. Let's try, well, yeah, 10. Let's see here. Okay, we have 80, 80, 90. Well, I guess it was fine actually going up to, let's try 12. Okay, perfect. And we have a car coming. Another car, okay. And someone. Okay. So 70, 65. Oh, we have another one coming. Interesting. Doesn't seem like they're trying to hit me. Anyway, 67, 65. Okay, so let's try to go over here. Mm-hmm. And it surely boosted it a good amount, you know. So it does take a little difference in regards of. You can already see how ugly it already is in regards of the. Oops, and apparently someone wanted to now hit me. But even with this high resolution, of course, the screen doesn't support high resolution like that. But you already see the wrong way being kind of pixelated. That's the word. We also have pixelation of this over there, pretty pixelated. Very pixelated actually. So if you go in here, so yeah, that's a difference in regards to speed, but well, it's actually doing 100 at the moment. Yeah, 100. Okay. And then fixing this. Now you see the pixelation is gone. Although it did take a hit, but of course it doesn't really matter because we're going to go lower on the resolution, of course. 3. There we go. Look at that. That's pretty good. And you can see when you fix backward, it's much more rounding, you know. It's not perfect, but it's not bad either, you know. And the icons down there are also well, better. Anyway, let's get so some issues in the menu. Well, I guess I'm also recording, so that's of course an issue as well. I think it's the graphic issues, and I don't think you can boost the graphics. Would have been nice, like the CPU and all that. It could have been nice if you could also have boosted the graphics, but it doesn't seem like to be a possibility. So not sure what that really is about. But anyway, when the Windows version works, there's no point in there's no pointing in using the PS version. So if you get if you get the PC version working, there's no point in hanging on to the PS1 version because the PS version is also sorry the PC version is much better than the PlayStation version for sure. But just in lack of not being able to get it to work, and this is the next best thing if you want to run Rollcage on your mobile. But it is a lot harder than usual. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's not easy. In regards to how one is going to set the buttons and all that, you know, which is better, I don't know. I tried 2 different ways now. Well, in regards of the max speed all the time or control of the speed. The thing is when you have max control of this, the speed, if just keeps on going, you can kind of you can just focus on the on the weapons, which is kind of nice. Although of course you kind of can't take you will just run max speed all the time, so that can also of course be a problem. Of course you do get more used to it in some sense, I guess. um, but you do have a little more fine details in regards of when you can adjust the speed. So which one is better, to have full speed on all the time or have more weapon control? That's a good question. Full speed and weapon control, or more control over the speed and less of weapon control? That's a good question. I feel like it's nice to have full control of the weapons. But you do feel sometimes that you would like to have the possibility of yeah, well, anyway, that didn't really go good. The mobile is also heating up at the moment, apparently. I guess we can just turn on the fan here. There we go. So we can keep it down. I guess it's kind of like a hand warmer at the moment, you know. You can also set up the. No, you can't. Sorry, my bad. Oh, I'm not sure if you can actually. Nah, well, anyway. But you could always fix the other thing actually on, and I guess that would actually be able to run. Like, let's see here. Input bridge, and let's see here. Let's try and see what we want to get. I'll go 43 degrees. It's actually not that hot. I wonder if I don't think you could connect these, but it could have been interesting if you could actually have connected those. You know, not sure if that's possible. I don't think so. But anyway, let's move that way. It could have been nice if you could actually have used the other kind of control for DuckStation. You know, I'm not sure if it's possible. Could have been nice. So you have that option. Although this other way tends to sadly not. It tends to get stuck on the right and left keys and all that. So kind of. Oh, yep. So it's kind of a problem. Anyway. Well, clearly this last tournament thing is not going to be easy to do. Oops. Blue red. Okay. Oh, I got it. That worked. Pretty good. Da-da-da. It's nice when it does, right? Uh-oh. Oh my. Eyes. Oh, come on. Oh. Oh, come on. Oh, it's a problematic. You know, well, I'm going to get. Well, I thought I had. Yeah. Only the third place. Let's try one more time. Can't even get the first place, you know, in the first map, you know. That kind of sucks, you know. The police guy. I think we had him crash. That's nice. Um, come on. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. And up. Right. Hopefully he. Okay, so far so good. Well, that was terrible. You know, that wasn't good. But hey, you know, I'll see if we can keep it on. Oh my. Okay. Ah. That was good. Not too bad. But of course, as usual, one mistake and then everything goes bad, right? Let's see if we can keep it on. Now we have 2 rockets for the first place. Oh, come on. Oh my, come on. Oh, great. We got him. Ah. Yeah, we got it. Oh my. Well, at least that was one. It didn't go too terrible. It didn't really, it's not like playing on the PC, but at least it didn't go totally bad. It went okay. But yeah, it's you absolutely feel less control over it. Oh, the guy went number 4. Okay, that's not bad. So he's not in the front in regards of Yuri. He got 2 points for that, so that's nice. I actually also found out the Rollcage 2, you feel like there's less action. And actually, I found out there's one less car. Here you have 6 cars, playing. But in Rollcage 2, you have. Well, that's bad. You actually have only 5 cards, I think. So you have one less car. So, of course, that means less action. But when you play on the PC and all that, have full control and all that, it's like beginning to end. There's just action. It's really, really good. Oh, is that Yura again? That's in the front. Oh, maybe he came right there. Well, let's try to give it a little boost here. Oh my. Oh, come on. That's bad. So you have 5 other cars driving, and I'm number 6 at the moment. Terrible, but it is what it is. And I can't apparently. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. It's always a nice one to get. Very, very helpful for sure. One of the absolute better ones to get. If not the very best. I really like that, that time thing. I guess the first one here is not bad either, but but you can really boost a lot by getting this time slowed down on the rest of the. You know, apparently we did. Come on, come on. Could be nice with another one. Nope, certainly not. We're going to end in a very bad position. Come on. Well, at least we got number 4. 2 points. It's better than nothing. That's 12 points. Yeah. So, not sure if we're in the lead anymore, but it's not too good. Oh, Yuri is also behind, apparently. Yep, okay. So, we're actually number 2 at the moment, okay. But it's okay. The Yuri is not in the top, so that's a kind of a good thing because he would usually take some of the would usually be in the front, so that's not too bad. We'll see how it pans out. Oh my. I don't really understand this map in regards to why is this over here? Like, how many do you actually see going to the left of it and use? Yeah, I kind of a little bit bewildered in regards to why they would have this section out there. Um, it seems to be way too far out from the rest of the map to be a thing that you wanna do. Doesn't seem like you go here, right, and you're like, oh well, let's just go to the left here, and go out here. Like, it just seems a little odd. Oh, there we go with one of the just nice. It really gives you a good amount of boost in regards of getting up to the rest. Okay. Oh, apparently these trees are apparently just able to just ride through them on the PlayStation version. On the PC version, as far as I recall, you don't just ride through these trees. But anyway, it is what it is, I guess. Um. Oh my. Oh, that was bad. It was actually going pretty good before. I was like, oh, the first place. We have a cruise missile. Yeah, okay. Well, whatever. Oh, come on. Oh, apparently I couldn't push him. I thought I could push him. I guess he's actually one of the heavy cars, so I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, it would probably have worked if I had one of the heavy cars, but yeah, I think I have the lightest car, so that was stupid of me to try to do that. I thought, okay, let's just push him off, and that just totally broke it. Yeah, that just took it way off. Yep, I pretty much have already lost. Uh, Number one would need to be getting. Let's see here. I would need to be number one, and the last one would need like. Let's see, so we get 10 points at 22. So yeah, so the number one um would need to be at the bottom of like number 6 or 5, I think. It's like 6 is 0, right, and 5. Well, the last three, if it gets the last three, I think I could actually win if so. But you have so many things that would need to go hand in hand here. I would need the first place first and foremost, and then the other person would need to have, or the computer would need to be in the end. So that's too many factors here that's probably not going to be likely. So, so that's kind of very, very unlikely. But anyway, whatever. Let's just try. I do wonder on the PlayStation version if there's also an expert level in some sense. You have the easy, hard, and then maybe an expert level or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. I don't really understand this. I would have thought that you could do the upside on these lights on the top here, but apparently not. It seems like they purposely made it so the car kind of are pushed down on which is kind of weird. Why wouldn't you make the car able to actually go on the other side? Doesn't make any sense. If you're going to make a map like that, why wouldn't you make people actually be able to run on the top? Could have been pretty cool. Just have some people go on that. I tried a couple of times, but it doesn't seem to be able to do it. You get up here, right? and then you have this bump, and it just jumps you down. So it doesn't seem to be possible, and I'm like, why not? Why not make it possible? Why is the map design so stupid so it doesn't make it possible? Wouldn't it have been an interesting thing? Yeah, I think it would. But nope, apparently not. Okay, well, final lab, I guess. Come on. Apparently had some problems in regards of. Oh, we're driving into the casino. Reminds me a little of that. What's like dungeon keepers and the casino thing in regards of the past. Yeah, I still don't get this top thing. Why it wouldn't be possible to drive on top of it. Oh my. Oh well, we're going to lose this. Would have liked to also have used the weapon, right? But again, then you need to. It's kind of annoying that like if I had like two buttons, how like yeah maybe one could do something like, but then you need to have hmm, instead of using two toms, if there's possibility of using hmm. Well, number 4, that's not going to win me anything. And look who won. The police car. Game over. Yeah, yeah. Game over again. That's just stupid of me. I shouldn't have tried to hit that other car. Anyway, that's pretty much Rollcage 1 on PlayStation, on the PlayStation version. And if you can get the PC version working, just go with that. Um, but if you can't, you can kind of use the PlayStation version. That's both Rollcage 1 and 2. And I guess you could fix some controllers to it. Playing a projector thing out. You know, you could fix the projector and probably sit and play it. Um, yeah. Are you kidding me? What am I going to do? I need to get away from this place. I need to get away from all the madness, but the world is just getting, well, it's just getting wicked. Health issues? Yeah, it's not going to work either, right? Hmm. So helpful, the society that we live in. They rather help you with committing suicide than fixing your issues, right? Helping you to fix your issues. Yeah. Let's just suicide this person, right? Disgusting world. Like, have you seen what they're promoting in regards to people? Oh, you don't like life and all that? Well, we can help you with suicide. Oh, really? Is that how we do it in society? Helping people to commit suicide instead of actually helping people with their. Yeah, that's how the world is. Stinking, evil, filthy world. Disgusting. It's a disgusting, dark world we live in. It's incredible. It's hard to believe that there's so many evil, wicked people around, but it shouldn't actually. If you look at what have happened in the past and what will happen in the future and all that, it's really not a surprise that there's so many wicked, evil, stinking people around. Think about it. Even when God has ruled the world for 1,000 years, you still have people that will rebel with the devil. Can you believe that? God has ruled for 1,000 years on earth, and people not, they're not happy with that. That's incredible, isn't it? It's kind of, that's kind of over the top, right? Like if people can rebel against God when God has ruled on earth for 1,000 years, well, no wonder no wonder that they will rebel against him, like when they haven't seen him or like, like it's incredible. Like I just think about the darkness of their hearts to rebel against God, who has been ruling the world from Jerusalem for 1,000 years, and that's not good enough for people to accept God. Nope. No, we're going to rebel against him, go up against Jerusalem and God's people. And of course, they're going to get destroyed. But you gotta be kidding me. What do you expect? You're going against God. How like what is wrong with people? Uh, even haven't been. It's just incredible. It just in boggles the mind, right? But you do absolutely have people that are so wicked, evil. So even if they see the truth, they don't even, they won't accept it. They won't accept God. They rather go with the devil in rebellion. That's how we are. So what can you, what can you, what can you do, really? Yeah. Anyway. Still the well, it didn't do that bad, but it's like I did it with the wrong car. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, because the yellow car is pretty heavy compared to, well, in gaming, I guess. In the game, it's like I want to push the button, but it's like it's just have to wait for the right moment to be able to do it instead of just being able to do it at the very instant. And that's not going to work again. Yeah, so again, you do feel handicapped playing this game on a mobile. um, I guess it just brings another level of what do you call it, hardship. um, a little harder than it would be on a console or on the computer and all that, or you have access to all the keys at one specific point. You have the ability to push more keys. um, but yeah, it should be doable for sure, but you know for sure it's going to be a little harder and a little more frustration um, to do it. But is it possible? Yeah, I think it is. It's probably possible. I do wonder in regards of winning every single game. That's going to be very, very hard. But anyway, because if you get Yuri, you will have a little better chance. Not to say that you are going to be like, it's not that much more you get from getting Yuri, but of course you will have a car that is at the top, you know a little more, little further, what do you call it, um, a little more help in regards of things if you get Yuri on the mobile. But of course, you can still lose, even if you have him, It's not like he's going to give you a huge, but it is a boost, for sure, Um, oh, give me a break. Oh, come on. That's not going to win me anything. Oh, well, we didn't win this one. So, yeah, it's not that easy to just win the first one. Oh, clearly not going too good for me in regards to just winning the first one. So it's not going to be easy in regards to taking this down. That's for sure. Can't if I can't even win the first map. So even if winning the first map, then you have three more that you need to win, and get a pretty good score to win the overall thing. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was interesting to see the graphic actually becoming somewhat better. Absolutely not too bad. What a, I still don't know why the Windows version wouldn't be able to run. Probably in the future the drivers might become better. I do have a mobile that is not that supported in regards of things of emulation. Of course, the whole idea was not in regards of emulation, in regards of getting this mobile, but you know, just wanted to test out what it could do, and yeah, it does pretty good. It is interesting to see that you can actually, have mobiles run different games, PS1 games, PS2 games, Switch game, PC games. That it's actually possible to do that. It's kind of interesting. For sure. But you gotta be kidding me with this. Hmm. Oh, I failed on that. Oh well. Still number three. Well, it could be worse. We'll see if we can. Okay. What can we use that for? Uh, wouldn't have been too bad if final lap. Yeah. Apparently the two in front are pretty okay. Did I hit him? Yeah, I think I hit. So I just need one more. Okay. Oh, come on. That was fail. I wanted to hit him with a rocket. Well, okay, we got it anyway. We're still not only number two, so that's not going to. That's like 6 points for sure, but nah, it's still. I wanted to hit him with a rocket, but I failed in regards of pushing the right buttons. That of course would have been easy peasy on the PC version, and probably also on the PlayStation version. Um, give me a break with this. We have like 10 points for that guy. That's 4 points more. That's a lot of points. Well, let's try it out. See what we can get, but it's not looking good. I guess it's better than nothing. 6 points. I have Yuri in the front. See if we can. Okay, we have the shield. I want to push the shield, but again, when I do it, it kind of, yeah. And if well, anyway, it is what it is. Okay. Wonder if no, you probably can't do that. Oh well. That's pretty dark. I got that away. Ah, come on. Apparently I wasn't pushing it good enough, apparently. Far behind. Oh, come on. It's like you only had 2 fingers, Oh, give me a break. That wasn't. Oh, yeah. Well, that was not intention. Yeah, well, anyway. Mm-hmm. Oh, come on. Oh, we got one of those. That was nice. If we had just, gotten another one, would have been nice. But what can you say? It's like number 4 out of just forget it. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Number 3 out of. It's like already 20 points in. It's not going to work. Yeah. Again, a good beginning is to just take the first one with 10 points at the very least. At least you have somewhat of a chance to maybe get it through. Um, that's just terrible. And if Yuri gets behind, that's nice, always nice. And already we're failing on so many levels. And a little more fail. Okay, I guess we already lost it. Uh, mhm. Why is it? I have the yellow. He want to push me because he can. Which, oh, come on. Yeah, just like you gotta be kidding me. But hello. Okay. Regardless, I guess this is a game that will, just stress you further out when you play it on the mobile. You gotta be kidding me. Just do what I want. And it's not like, oh, we all over the picture. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, it's as you can see, it's going pretty good on the mobile. No worries. In regards to the graphics and all that, running and all that. Of course, in regards to the buttons and all that, not too good. But I guess if you could fix a controller to it, PlayStation controller or something like that to it, So you actually had all the keys possible. That could make it a lot more playable for sure. To have full control over everything. Okay, but still, okay. It is what it is. Oh my god, I guess number one is already one whole level in front of me. It's like it's like boom and nothing happens. Oh great, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, there we go with Yuri. Already in one whole lab in front of me. I guess we took him at the line. At least for a full, so he didn't get a full lab on me, but yeah. Okay. Think I'm out of juice, in regards to this. Oh, well, whatever. Let's just take him, and I'll take one last time here and try it out if it works, and then I'll just take a break. I think, yeah. So, but it is nice, to see 6 cars instead of 5, which doesn't make any sense. Why only 5 cars? Why would they in Rollcage to fix that down? Because of graphical things or something like that? Is that what we are talking about? Maybe in regards to the PlayStation 1 couldn't handle to have 6 cars running, but then why not just let the PC version have 6 cars? Why did they choose to remove one of the cars in regards of the doesn't make any sense. But they did apparently. Oh, that's nice. Oh, it's like again, trying to do something and then ending up with all sorts of rubbish. Oh, that's my car. That's usually the car I'm apparently winning at the moment. Isn't that interesting? I can't win it, but apparently the computer can seemingly win it in it. So I can't speak anymore. Everything's going downhill. Now I can't even drive. Okay, how many left? We have 1 left. Okay. Ah, you gotta be kidding me. Pain, pain, pain. Life is just a pain. A huge amount of pain. Uh-oh. That's not going to work anyway. Number 3, Still too bad, Um. Ah, come on. Quit. Now let's try one more time. Let's provoke and see. There we go. Let's take this one. Nice try. There we go. Oh, I got him. Of course, that didn't help on my position either. And then, now I'm last. Okay, great. Yes, great. Yes, great. So Daisy. That was close. Ooh, nice. Oh, those are great, you know. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. There we go. Great. Not so great. Yep, not going to win it. Seems to be pretty certain, you know. Oh. Oh, number 4. Still not good enough. Okay, let's see here what we have.
Well-being. Let's see what's going on with these mammoths, because their DNA, speaking of interesting things, is crazy.
The 8-month ordeal of the Carlox crew is over when the ship arrives at Wrangler's Island. And just in time, for the polar seas are breaking up.
Wrangell Island is an extremely cold, mountainous place. Winds can exceed 89 miles per hour. Snowstorms can blanket the island. There are very few days where it isn't frosted. It's cold, it's isolated. But because of these extremely harsh conditions, we're able to get a glimpse into these last mammoths. So many are just so well preserved. How many mammoths were involved in the study?
So we sequenced 21 mammoths to high coverage. Sequencing to high coverage basically means that we sequence a lot of DNA just to make sure that each part in the genome is covered by many independent reads, which gives us a bit more certainty about the appearances we make. But before actually sequencing those 21 genomes to very high coverage, we must have screened about 400 samples in the lab. What we basically do is that we collect as many samples as we can, or other people that are not me collect as many samples as they can. They then send these small subsamples to the lab in Stockholm. So it's literally pieces that are maybe this big. And it can be anything. It can be bone, it can be a piece of a tusk. The best samples actually tend to be deep because they're very dense, which usually means slightly better DNA preservation. And what we do is that we extract DNA from all those samples, or we try to extract DNA from all those samples. Then we look at which samples have the best quality DNA, so DNA that's the best preserved, and then those we will actually continue processing to generate whole high coverage genomes.
Not all of the mammoths in this study came from Wrangell Island. I think it was 7 of the 21 high coverage genomes came from mammoths who lived on the mainland. Often their tusks are found sticking out of riverbanks, and the team have to dig them out of the permafrost, which just cannot be easy considering the absurd amount of mosquitoes there. I'm not gonna lie, if it was up to me to get these mammoth tusks in those conditions, they might stay in the riverbank, honestly. That's my absolute worst nightmare. These mainland samples are really important though, because the team wanted to get an idea of what was going on with the woolly mammoth population before they were stuck on Island. The end of the Ice Age saw huge fluctuations in Earth's temperature. But 14,000 years ago, there was a very warm period called the Bolling-Alerod Interstadial. This warm period was then followed by a sudden cold snap called the Younger Dryas. It lasted about 12,900 years ago. You can see on this chart global temperature, those two huge fluctuations at the end of the last Ice Age before our current relatively warm, relatively stable time period, the Holocene. So Mariana and her team were curious. How did the mammoths cope with these huge fluctuations?
And what we actually see in the fossil record is that mammoths gradually got pushed up more and more northwards. So we were expecting to also see that in their genome, in their genes. We were expecting them to maybe show some kind of struggling, but maybe somewhat to our surprise, it seems that they were remarkably constant throughout time. So no signs, as far as we could tell, from those dramatic changes in climate.
The youngest mainland sample they had came from the New Siberian Islands. I know that's a little bit confusing. They're islands now, but 12,000 years ago when this mammoth was alive, sea levels were lower, it was all connected to the mainland.
I think it's about 12,000 years old, so that's basically pretty close to when they went extinct on the mainland. And still there, it basically looks exactly the same as a mammoth that's 50,000 years old. That's really remarkable, yeah.
Makes you wonder why they went extinct on the mainland.
Definitely.
You know, I am a little bit in the camp of humans might have had something to do with it, but...
Yeah, I agree. The way I imagine it is that they were struggling because of a lot of climate changes, vegetation changes, but then it was probably the humans that kind of pushed them over the edge.
Yeah, combination of factors. Yeah, often these things are always framed in it. Was it climate change or was it humans?
Yeah, I think that's a simplistic view. Yeah, it was probably a combination of both.
It's kind of interesting that from the fossil record, we know that mammoths are declining, they're being pushed back further and further north, and yet from this mammoth's genome, it's exactly the same as a mammoth that lived 50,000 years ago. Flourishing time period for them. It's kind of odd. It's kind of strange. One possibility is that we're not getting the complete picture. Sea levels have risen a lot since then. There were many mammoths roaming the earth in places that are now deep underwater. Maybe if we had access to those mammoths, it would give us a different picture. But that's challenging to excavate in the best circumstances, and at the minute, that's literally impossible to access for sure.
But until we have submarine expeditions, I unfortunately don't think.
Oh no, it wasn't the final map. I thought it was the final map.
Dangerous time to sail a submarine off the coast of Russia. Imagine how many volunteers.
Why is it stopping? Come on.
12,000 years ago, for whatever reason, woolly mammoths basically go extinct in mainland Asia.
Come on.
That cold period of the Younger Dryas is coming to an end.
Come on.
Ice is melting. Sea levels are rising. And for one family of mammoths,
I think we got it.
their way of life was about to change forever.
Awesome.
Wrangel Island is about 140 kilometers off the northern coast of Russia. It's 7,600 square kilometers big, about the same size as Crete, twice the size of the state of Rhode Island. Absolutely no one lives there. It's home to Arctic birds, muskox, foxes, polar bears. It's a truly wild place.
Isn't
It's
too
got to be
bad,
one
I
of the
guess.
wildest places you could visit on the whole planet. Today it's only connected to Russia during the winter when the sea ice expands. During the Ice Age though, it was fully connected to mainland Asia, a mountainous peninsula on the edge of the Mammoth Steppe. Scientists estimate it was cut off from the mainland by rising sea levels about 10,000 years ago. And as sea levels rose, it must have stranded a group of mammoths on the island. They didn't swim there. What's extraordinary is that thanks to Mariana and the team, we now know exactly how many mammoths were stranded there when the sea levels rose. Yeah, how many mammoths were stuck on Wrangel Island?
Based on our estimates, it could have been as little as 8 individuals.
Just 8.
Yes, that's a very small group of mammoths. Or I can define maybe a bit more precise. It was probably 8 breeding individuals.
The herd could have been bigger than 8 individuals in a sense. There could have been older mammoths hanging around, but just 8 breeding mammoths founded the population that would last for 6,000 years, from 10,000 years ago when the island was cut off, until 4,000 years ago. And was that a surprising result?
Definitely. Although we did already have some indications that it was a very small population. There has been done some research before on the mitochondrial DNA of the mammoths. Mitochondria are just inherited from mother to child, and based on that, we knew that it could have potentially even been just a single herd.
That's kind of crazy. That's definitely kind of crazy. And to understand why, we have to discuss inbreeding. Fun sentence to say. We have to discuss inbreeding, guys. Okay, headphones out. Such a small population is typically a big problem because of a thing called genome erosion. That's kind of the fancy word for the consequences of inbreeding. It's in the title
Come on.
of the paper.
Ah,
Obviously,
oh, give me a
you have
break.
your DNA from your
Ah,
your DNA from
give me a
there.
break. You know, it's like I have 2 turbos, and I just, you know, how do you? Give me.
This can be a problem
Sucks,
for a
you
number
know.
of reasons.
I should have
First,
at least
genetic
gotten the
diversity
second.
is just a positive thing for a species to have. It's a good thing. You
It's
want
the
that.
frustration, you know.
Differences.
Oh,
And
just
genetic
frustrating. I
diversity
should
is typically
absolutely
seen
have
as some
gotten
sort of safeguard
the
against
second.
future change. So, for
I
example,
had
when there
like
is
2
a disease
turbos, you
outbreak
know.
and there is no diversity in the
So
population, it is, for
that's
example,
bad.
less likely that there will be an individual that
That
has
would
that
give me 2 points
diversity
more.
that's
That would have,
required
yeah.
to survive a disease.
The other problem
So
with inbreeding is that harmful mutations are more likely to accumulate.
like 2
If
turbos,
there
and
are
I like, you know,
so
you
many
stop
mammoths
and like,
to have a baby with, so
it's
many
just
humans
totally
to have a baby
rubbish,
with,
you
so
know.
many, whatever to have a baby with, the
It's
chances
like
of you inheriting
frustrating.
a harmful mutation increase
Terrible
a lot.
frustrating.
You could even get a harmful mutation from your father and your mother, and
And the
then
light
you're probably
conditions, some of the
really on
areas
the
are
bad
just
side.
way too dark, you know.
I don't know how
Just
familiar you are with
10% more light of
history.
something,
For example, we have
5%
the
maybe
Habsburg dynasty.
would have
I
helped.
was gonna say.
Those people typically had this big overbite.
Mm,
And then, for example, it's an example of what can
perfect
happen
lap,
when
and
there's
then
a
you
lot
hit
of breeding
into
going on.
A big overbite, it might seem like a silly thing, a
didn't hit a
harmless thing,
thing.
something for us to make fun of. But out in the wild, especially, it can
Ah.
genuinely affect how you're eating,
Oh,
how
give me
you're
a break.
breathing, how you are running as a result of that. Inbreeding can also do things like lower sperm count. For the long-term health of the population, it's just not great. So I was honestly really surprised to find out that only 8 mammoths founded a population that lasted for 6,000 years. From obviously, I'm not a geneticist, but my sort of I don't know idea before this, I would have thought 8 founding members would have been far too few animals. That this would be inevitably fatal for the mammoths.
Why would you think that if you believe in bullshit evolution,
Is
you
that
know?
what you would have expected? Would you expect such a small population to survive so long?
I think that's a very fair assumption. And actually, one of the leading theories before we actually dug into our own data was that mammoths went extinct exactly because their initial population was so small. So we expect to happen these very small populations to have a lot more inbreeding occurring. They might use genetic adversity. They might accumulate harmful mutations. So thinking about all those things that can happen in a very small population, when we started studying, we were expecting that mammoths would have gone extinct due to this genomic deterioration, due to this genome erosion.
But that's not what Mariana and the team found.
So what we found is that this population was founded by maybe 8 breeding individuals, but then seemed to have recovered pretty fast. So in less than 20 generations, it seems that the population grew back to about 300 individuals, 2 to 300 individuals, which is actually a pretty considerable amount of mammoths, given how small the island is. And what's maybe even more remarkable or surprising is that that population remained pretty stable up until their extinction.
How do you explain that? How do you make sense of that in your mind? What do you think is going on?
It's hard to explain. I think, again, maybe thinking about social structure, I think mammoths were just very effective at avoiding inbreeding. Maybe the conditions on the island were just right, were just good enough to sustain this kind of population. And from what we know, the island was actually pretty stable from 10,000 years ago up until now. So we do see that inbreeding increased a lot. They did lose a lot of genetic diversity initially when the population became isolated. But after that, it looks like they were doing just fine. Yeah.
There could be some element of mammoth society that prevented the worst effects of inbreeding from occurring. Sorry, I had to include that clip. Sorry, I just had to. For example, elephants, obviously their closest relatives alive today. When a male reaches maturity, they tend to leave the herd, go out and find new partners. Maybe there was some similar dynamic going on with the mammoths of Wrangel Island. It's quite likely, in fact. As Mariana said, there had been earlier studies looking at the mitochondrial DNA of these mammoths that showed the female line was very closely related, possibly one herd, all very closely related on the female line. We don't have good information about the male line, though, about the Y chromosome. It's hard to say how closely related the males were.
What we have to do is maybe look at the Y chromosome. But the Y chromosome is actually a very tricky chromosome to look at. It's very repetitive. There are a lot of regions that are very difficult to sequence. So recently, actually, 2 new reference genomes have been published. So maybe they could be the key to looking at the Y chromosome on Wrangel Islands. But at least when we were working on our study, that was not available yet. So unfortunately, we don't have any information on that.
So if the mammoths on Wrangel Island didn't die because they were so inbred, then why did they go extinct? Earlier, we discussed the possibility of humans putting pressure on the last remaining mammoths in mainland Asia who are dealing with all these climate fluctuations. That doesn't seem to be the case on Wrangel Island.
Apparently.
The mammoth bones are just laying in the landscape, almost where they fell. It's honestly the most beautiful and kind of sad, kind of somber thing about the island. There's just no evidence of humans modifying these bones, modifying these tusks. There's no artwork, there's no cut marks, there's no unnatural accumulations of mammoth bones placed in strange positions. All the things we see in the mainland are just not there on Wrangel Island. And in fact, there isn't archaeological evidence of humans making it to Wrangel Island until after the mammoths went extinct. Just to add a little bit of extra information for you here, the oldest archaeological site so far found on Wrangel Island is called Chertov on Vrag. No mammoth remains were recovered from that site. It seems the people there were hunting geese, but there was a few other remains of walrus, seals, and things like that. But mainly it seems they were hunting geese. They had stone tools with them. There's no evidence of mammoth hunting from this earliest site, and it dates to about 400 years after the mammoths went extinct. Obviously, our information can change, but at the minute we just don't have evidence of humans hunting mammoths on Wrangel Island. So if it wasn't humans, and the population had seemingly recovered from its lowest point, why are they dead? Why are they extinct now?
So that remains somewhat of a mystery. We've already been thinking a lot of possible reasons, but given how suddenly methods disappeared, we think it must have also been a pretty sudden event. So some things that could have happened is maybe a disease outbreak, a new virus entering the island through, for example, birds, and basically wiping out the whole population. What could have also happened is maybe 1 or 2 harsh winters or 2 bad years in terms of weather, causing there to be too little food for the mammoths to survive. We've been thinking about the big fires on the island, so some of the things are maybe a bit more exotic than others, but whatever it was, it must have been something quite sudden, yeah.
Going for a walk in the woods, thinking about mammoths. I can't believe how close we were to mammoths surviving in our timeline. From just 8 individuals, they survived for 6,000 years, stable population, and then maybe just a couple of bad winters wiped them out, bird flu wiped them out. God, we're so close. close to them making it to our time. I know it's a bit of a meme that mammoths were alive when the pyramids were being built, but the pyramids were 600 years old by the time the mammoths died. They made it to the Middle Kingdom. They practically made it to the Bronze Age collapse. Was it the sea people? Did the sea people wipe out the mammoths before they went to the Mediterranean? Who knows, man? Who knows? Who knows? We were so close. I'm going to be honest. Normally, the stuff I talk about on this channel, it doesn't affect our life in any way, really. It's for our intellectual curiosity. It's to satisfy our sense of self, our place in the universe. Of course, I'm not saying studying archaeology is useless or meaningless. It's the exact opposite. But day to day, realistically, it doesn't have a big impact. This paper is different, though, and I would love to show you how. Look at this map of the historic taiga range compared to the present-day taiga range. In a very real way, each of these dots is now its own Wrangel Island, a group of tigers probably forever isolated from their neighbors, not by rising sea levels, but by rising ape levels. What does this study say about
just kind of very close, you know.
about their chances? How do you feel about it?
In a way, I think it's a pretty optimistic result because it shows that even if a population goes through a sudden decline, becomes very small, they can still recover. They can still grow back to a pretty big size and then remain stable in that size. So in a way, I think it's a pretty optimistic result. Yeah.
It is really kind of encouraging to know that animals can bounce back from very, very small population numbers. We just have to do it before it's too late. We can improve things. We really can. I don't want someone in 200 years making a video about, oh man, we were so close to rhinos and tigers and elephants surviving up until our time. We still have time to save them. Yeah, let's do it. Thank you for watching, guys. Peace. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Couldn't really end the video imploring us to save the tigers and do absolutely nothing myself, so I made a donation to the WWF, adopted 2 tigers. My kids get a couple of stuffed animals as well, as if they don't have enough already. Yeah, hopefully the mammoths wouldn't mind me finishing a video about them donating to an animal that would have happily eaten them. Yeah. Sorry, mammoths. Yeah, thanks so much to the patrons. Thanks to Mariana for donating her time. See you on the next one. Thank you so much.
Give me a break. Oh well, I guess we're not too easy, that's for sure. Oh, come on. I didn't get it. Oh my. Number 2, and we have. Oh no. Incredible. Do. Whatever.